everybody, what's up and welcome back to Bravo Bassin. Today we're going to talk about my Cubera 120 setup. So we're going to dive right in and I'm going to show you how I set up for how I like to fish it. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to show you guys my Cubera 120 setup. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but the weather's been crazy, been messy, and I actually hadn't had time to set it up. This is a brand new Cubera. I actually got this when I was still on the Vibe Pro staff team, which I'm not anymore. But I still love this sup. It's a great sup, and I want to do a review of how I like to fish and how I like to have it set up and go through. This thing hasn't even touched the water yet. I have another Seaghost 130 that I got this fall. I switched over and got new kayaks at the end of the year and bought a brand new Seaghost 130 and then traded out my Seaghost 110 for this. And I just haven't had a chance to get out and fish on them, but I want to do a review how I like to have it set up, what I'm going to be fishing, how I'm going to be fishing it this year, and just do a quick walkthrough for you guys so you guys can kind of see how I have my layout, what I use on it. This is going to be mainly I'm probably going to use it on the river and probably this small pond back here. I really love these things. They're pretty darn stable. Even though I have flipped the Maverick 120 that I used to have, I still love it. I love the platform, and I really am looking forward to fishing it with this new seat that they have now, because it's a lot more comfortable and I think it's a better setup all the way around. So let's dive right in, do a quick walkthrough front to bow, just kind of show you what I got on it and what I'm running, and hopefully this will help you guys with how you want to set up your Cubera. And forgive me for the wind, it's getting ready to rain, and my neighbor's been pressure washing his house, so we're going to be hearing some noise, and I got a road right there, so I'm going to try to do my best. So let's dive right into it right now. Alright guys, we're going to start right here. One of the first things that I have is I have this leash right here, and this leash runs all the way back to my other handle back there. And the reason why I have this leash is because this is my stand-up leash. When I want to stand up, I just grab this and pull it up. But this is also the leash that I hook to myself when I'm river fishing. I hook this to myself so I can just have the kayak tethered to me, and then I can wade fish if I want to in shallow areas to work on fish. And I love this leash. It's a great thing to have, and you really should have one of those on there because it comes in handy. This leash is an awesome thing, and like you can see how I just have it hooked on there, going back to that other piece right there, and then I can just grab it when I need to stand it up, and I just leave it in the water like that. And then when I need to hook it on to myself, I just unclip it from back here, and I can clip it to a belt if I got a belt loop, or I can tie it around me, and it works. I made this, I bought the carabiners at Walmart, bought the rope at Walmart, and made a quick little setup, and there you go. So as you come down the kayak, I've got a cup holder, that's for my drink, and it's also where I throw my baits that I've used. After I've used my baits and stuff, I like to throw them back in here, let them dry out, and I kind of toss them in there, and I set my water on top of there and stuff. And then in here, I usually have, right now the anchor's in there, but I have my little tag, my flag for when I'm towing it, and I also usually throw a couple little odds in, maybe my phone or something goes in there, and that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot in there. Then we're going to move down to here. I have got the Anchor Wizard. That's killing my arm. So let's see here. Trying to get a better angle here for you guys. So right here, I've got the Anchor Wizard, so you guys can see that. I love the Anchor Wizard. That runs back to the back part of the anchor right there, and I run it through a little other extra little loop thing there to help guide it, which I'll show you as we walk down. And that is one of the best things I've used on any kayak in the world. I love it because you just drop it, try to get it, works great. It's awesome for the rivers, awesome for lakes, especially on windy days. And right here, I've got my paddle leash. Now, some people don't like to use paddle leashes, some people do like paddle leashes, but speaking from a guy that's flipped 2 kayaks, I like having a paddle leash, because if you flip this bad boy in a river or in a lake with the wind, you're going to lose your paddle and you're going to be in trouble. So it's better to have that paddle leash than to not have it. So definitely highly recommend having a paddle leash for your paddle. I leave it connected to the boat all the time, and that's kind of how I run that. And I just leave it right there when I'm not using it, and then when I have it hooked to the paddle, and then I can hook it up and do whatever I want. Most of the time I run my paddle down through there and just rest it on here is what I do. In here, right here, I usually have soft plastics, mostly like some swim baits and stuff like that, Z-Man stuff I usually have in there, and a couple little small tackle boxes. I don't usually take a lot of stuff when I river fish. I have kind of a small setup that I run when I river fish, and so most of it can fit right in there, and then I'll have like maybe 2 tackle boxes other than that. And so that's usually what's in there. And then as we work back, this is the little piece I was talking about. It's a little, I don't know what you call it. It's a little tie down thing, and I run that through there. It actually helps guide that back to there, to the anchor wizard, which is back here. And this just drops down. This actually falls when you drop it. It's got a hook on it for your anchor. And anchor wizard, man, I can't say enough about it. I highly recommend you getting an anchor wizard. If you have a kayak, you want an anchor wizard, I promise you. And then the next thing I got on here is I got, for my tackle box, if you guys haven't seen the video, I run the Flambeau tackle box. And I love this because it's a two-stage tackle box. You got a top and bottom. Now this is pretty full because I kind of had this set up for taking on my boat, and so I got a lot of stuff in it. Normally I don't have this much stuff in it when I'm fishing the river, so but I'll show you kind of what I got here. The top box has a bunch of soft plastics in it right there, if you guys can see. Tons of soft plastic, Z-Man stuff, Slim Swims. I've got Helger mites, I've got my pliers, I've got my sharpener, just anything I need quick on the fly. I got my grips, just all that stuff is up here in the box right there. Sorry, I was turning the camera, wind was blowing, but all that stuff is right there in the box. Just great. And I actually added these on, these little straps right here. I added onto the box so it doesn't fall all the way back, so it stops right there. So when I'm fishing and I open it up, it's just right there, and then I can drop it back and then I can clip it. It's super nice. I like this because you can lock it back down, and then after you do that, once you lock that one down, you can go to this one right here, flip it open, and then again I've added these two little tie downs, and then there's my tackle boxes, everything I need in there for fishing and whatever I'm doing on the river or on the lake or whatever. And I love this because then I can close it back down. But a lot of times I'll just put some stuff up in this top, and then I'll put like maybe my water or something down there, or use that for extra clothes or something like that. It's nice to have. I really love these Flambeau tackle boxes. Check out my video and review how to put this thing together and how I did it, and just kind of talk about it. I do have a video review on my channel if you guys want to see that. It's awesome. It does come with these two back ones. It comes standard, but I added these two, and the reason why I did is because these are kind of shallow and I wanted deeper ones, so I added these two on here. These are Yak Attack ones, and I think they're Yak Attack ones if I remember correctly. And then I also added rod leashes on there, and trust me, from a guy that's flipped 2 kayaks and lost rods, you definitely want to hook your rods up when you're not using them. I usually only fish with maximum of 3 rods when I'm on a kayak, so it's not too bad. I used to fish with more, but after flipping my kayaks, I stopped doing that. And really 3 rods, I usually take a casting rod and 2 spinning rods, and I'm golden. And most of the time on the river, I only take 2. I usually only need 2 because I'm usually only taking spinning gear most of the time when I'm on the river, because I'm just after smallies most of the time. So anyway, that's pretty much how I have that set up back here. That's how I run this. And then on the other side, we'll come around here and we'll go back here, and I'll show you the last thing I got on here. Oh, sorry, catching some trees and stuff. The last thing I got on here is a Yak Attack rod holder. This is an adjustable one that you can adjust it and turn it 10 different ways. The Sunday, Omega, this is Omega rod holder, sorry. It's not a Yak Attack, it's an Omega rod holder. But anyway, I've got that Omega rod holder on here as well. I love these. You can put your rod in there and you can lock it in, so if you do roll it, you're good. So usually, most times I'll have one locked in here and one I'm fishing with, and then I switch them out if I only have 2 rods. So usually most of the time my rods are up front on the deck anyway, so I'm not really worried too much about losing stuff, because I usually have one in my hand and usually one in a holder. But that's pretty much it. It's a very simple setup. I don't like to, the less is more for me when I'm fishing in a kayak, because the more stuff you have on it, the more weight that puts on it, the more it can off balance the kayak, and the more chance you had to flip over. I love these. I loved my Maverick. It was a great setup, and I really, when they came out with this, I just wanted this instead, because I love the seat better than the Larry chair. I think it's going to be a great setup, and I can't wait to do some videos and get out and fish on it. And hopefully I'm going to get out here in the next week or so and actually be on the river fishing this one right here, and going out there and hammering some smallies and stuff. And that's my game plan. We'll see how it works, but that's my quick rundown of how I have my kayak set up. My Maverick, I can't even talk, I keep saying the wrong thing. My Cubera 120, good grief. Anyway, so that's how I got the Cubera set up. Like I said, simple is better. I like it that way. Like I said, I don't run more than maybe 3 rods, so I might have 1 rod here and 2 back in the holders, and that's about all I take on either one of my kayaks. I don't usually run more than 3 rods anymore, and I do make sure they're always locked down when I'm not using them, because I have flipped my Sea Ghost and I flipped my Maverick, and there's videos on that if you guys want to see those, because I have them on there too. I will tell you this, it was a lot easier to get this flipped over. Allergies. Okay, so I will tell you this, when I flipped my Maverick, it was a lot easier to get that flipped back over and get on it than it was my Sea Ghost. It was just easier to climb up on this thing. So I do really like these things, and I'm looking forward to getting out and fishing this. So there you guys go, just a quick little rundown of how I kind of do my stuff on my kayaks. And I have the same setup when I run on my Seaghost. It's the same thing. It's a rod holder, it's the anchor wizard, it's the cup holder, and then that flambeau for my tackle, and 3 rods, and that's how I go. And maybe I'll do a review on that and show you guys that this summer as well. But I wanted to do this one because this is the new latest and greatest thing that's out, and just wanted to really show you guys kind of how I set it up. So there you guys go. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out, gives you ideas of how you want to set up your SUP and your Cubera 120. And yep, that's it. That's all I got. And the only other thing I got to say is just do yourself a favor, get out there, get your lines wet, and catch some fish.